slippery out here. Grab onto something. Hold on tight. Jeebus. I haven't been outside in probably a good while. So, hello, Storyboard Ed audience. I've been sick for the past 3 days as I'm making this video, and unfortunately that's left me inside and feeling like a human pile of garbage. You know, I was planning on doing like trips and doing some, stuff, getting out and about, but unfortunately due to feeling off, I just couldn't. I had nausea, blew my nose, the whole works. So that was not fun. But as I'm here for filming this video today, I'd let you guys know that I completed my first semester of college. I'm pretty proud of it so far. We got 2 B's and an A. I took 3 classes, so those are my grades, and I'm okay with that. I worked hard, and my second semester's coming up on the 22nd of this month, so I'm going to bust my butt again and get back on track and work hard and stuff like that, because I value my education and I really want to get the associates, and from there probably a bachelor's too. But I think the associates will help me get in a door someplace, but the bachelor's will help me stay. That's the way I look at it. A little bit windy today, and I thought I'd try to film a video today. Take a moment to give a little tour. It's chilly. This is the space where I do a lot of my video projects. Oh, stepped on in the wrong way. Kicked myself out. But yeah, these are a lot of where my card games are. And this is my tripod where I film projects. Yeah, it's a nice spot and everything. I keep a lot of different card games here for fun and to kind of entertain my friend whenever he comes over. And recently I bought a whole bunch of new card games to try out because I just try to make it fun, kind of a card game thing. And I hope people watch those kind of videos because, that's just a hope. But yeah, there are different projects that I bring out to entertain and have fun. There'll be more of those card game projects coming up. Now that we're done exploring that building, I'd like to do something else for this video. Try to make it more interesting. How about we go through and we read some Reddit stories? Huh? That could be fun. Hopefully. Alright, so this is the final part of my video, and I'm going to go over some Reddit stories, and I hope that you'll find it interesting, and we'll go from there. I think I'm going to go over like 3 of them, and talk about them, and then wrap this video up. Okay, let's see here. I've read it on my phone, so it makes it a lot easier. We're going to be diving into the Am I the Asshole ones. Because I've recently, on my podcast channel, there are 5 episodes coming out. 1 episode's already out now. I recommend you check it out. It's about an hour long, and the other episodes that will be coming out of the 5 that I've currently filmed and edited, they're about an hour each. So, they're pretty long. Okay, let's alright. Okay, the first one. Am I the asshole for making my mom pick between me and my pregnant sister? For background, I, 17, am adopted, I have PTSD, and babies crying is a trigger that I've been working on for years. I kind of zone out and get ragey, not something good or fun. My sister lives with our mom and is unexpectedly pregnant. There's a lot of emotions involved initially, but she's ultimately decided to keep the baby. She's now 6 months along. I was under the impression she was going to move out, but she's decided she won't, and it'll be easier to have our mom help her. I'm naturally pretty upset. I do not want to share my space with a baby, but also the ragey PTSD thing is exhausting for everybody. I basically told my mom that she either makes sure the baby isn't living here or I'm going to move to my dad's. Lives 3 states away. He's great and is pretty excited. He just works a lot, so mom never wanted me there in case I need support or something, and he's busy. Mom is pretty torn and upset. My sister called me a selfish asshole. My cousin thinks I just need to wait it out. The baby is family, and I might not even cry that much. Members of my biological family think it'll be good exposure therapy, but I don't really believe them. Mom is currently trying to make it work, find out a way for us both to stay. I refuse every option because it won't work. She wants me to at least try, but I refuse to. Even separately, I don't like kids. I don't want kids in my shit when it grows up. Still, sister thinks I'm the worst. Mom is so distraught. It's almost concerning, and Dad has expressed and some concern, but is overall happy. Am I the asshole here? This is kind of a tricky situation, but it's kind of one of those situations where you either give it a chance or you try to separate yourself from the situation. I see that that's what this person's doing. I do think that for not being able to give it a try, that might make them an a-hole, and refusing every level of management that the mothers try to put in place to kind of, make it better for this person. It might make this person the asshole. They might decide on that. So let's see what they've got. Okay. Here's what one of the responses is. You have every right to go and live with your dad's house if your mom's not going to be comfortable space for you. You have PTSD and your own problems to deal with. You're not wrong for not wanting to live in newborn when you have your father's home to stay at. You shouldn't make your mom choose, however. Just tell her you're going to your dad's and why you're leaving. Fair enough. Yeah, a lot of PTSD remarks here, and people who have that kind of stuff and what triggers it, it's not great to be around it. So, yeah, it just needs a space from the mom, I guess, and the sister, so it can be a better situation to live in with the PTSD syndrome itself. That's understandable. Okay, what else we got here? I'm going to read 2 more, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Oh, this one's interesting. Okay. Now, the title of this one is because my 40-year-old wife was seen holding hands with another man. My wife, 36 female, and I, 40 male, have been together 5 years and got married last year. We definitely have our ups and downs, but we're generally happy. On Friday, she went out with people from her work for Christmas drinks and arrived home around midnight absolutely hammered. She just said she'd had a good time and went straight to bed. Yesterday, I got a message from Instagram from an anonymous account claiming to be one of her colleagues, saying that she'd been flirting all night with one of the guys from the office, a 44-year-old male, and they'd left together about 9 to walk to the train station. Ooh, that's drama in itself. And questionable way of things right there. The colleague had a couple more drinks and then went to the station herself. Says she saw my wife walking hand in hand with a guy through the station about 10:45. They didn't see her. Last night I showed her the message and asked her for an explanation. She claims she was so drunk she doesn't remember anything that happened after 8 p.m. I asked if she went somewhere with a guy after they left the group, and she checked out the location history on her phone, which confirmed they had gone to a bar near the station about an hour. They arrived at the station around 10:40. Ooh. The thing about like cheating and stuff like that in the social media era, you can't, because there's always an outside source that's able to find that kind of thing. Maybe in the 1980s, 1990s, early 2000s, people could, get away with it smoother, but this day and age of social media, no. And in a way, I see that as a good thing, limiting people's ability to do that kind of thing. She gave me her phone, insisted I check it out, and there are no suspicious messages or anything. As far as I could tell, she didn't have the guy's number in her phone, and they're not following each other on Instagram or friends on Facebook. I asked her if she was flirting with him, and she admitted that she was talking mostly to him all night, but that's just because he's the only person in her office that she has anything in common with, and they're just friends, and it wasn't flirting. She mentioned that this guy to me before and said how much they have in common. I asked her if they were holding hands, and she said she doesn't remember, but she doesn't think so. She claims that to know that who sent me the message, and says it's a woman in the office who hates her, although she doesn't know why. Today she's been in a terrible mood, and we've not really spoken. So that's where we are. I'm not sure what to do. If this is a big red flag, is this a big red flag as it seems to be, is the question. Seems like a work friend, but at the same time, it's questionable the way that they're hanging out, and the state that she was in was very inebriated. So decision making might have not been the best in that moment either. So it could have led to unintentional and unremembered cheating, which is not great. Okay, here's an update. A few people requested an update from my last post, and a lot has happened in the last week, so here it is. Post any further updates on my profile. My wife Sam got drunk at a work night out and was seen holding hands with a guy from her office. Sam came home from work on Monday and casually said that she'd spoken with the guy Tom. He confirmed that they hadn't held hands, they'd just been walking arm in arm because she was drunk and wearing heels. I asked why her colleague Helen would make an Instagram account, track me down, and message me saying they held hands if it wasn't true. She said Helen's basically in love with Tom. They made it past him just after his divorce, but he rejected her. I asked why Helen would feel threatened by her. She said that's because Tom and her are friends, and Helen's a crazy, jealous bitch. Ooh. I asked why she went for a drink, just her and Tom. She said that according to Tom, they'd walked past this bar and they have an amazing live band. Her only regret was doing too many shots too early and getting shit-faced. Next day, she went shopping after work and came home with a new dress. I asked what the occasion was, and she said, "Oh, a Christmas party." Last week was just drinks with people from her office. The company Christmas party is on Friday. Apparently, she'd mentioned this. I hardly slept that night. The next day, I decided to reply to Instagram messages to get some more info. I asked, "Do you think anything's going on with her?" I soon quickly replied with a long message saying that they flirt at work and everyone's noticed. Apparently, Sam was going to be let go, but Tom put in a good word, so she kept her job. Tom protects her in the office and will constantly defend her. She also said that Sam bitches about me to the whole office, and it's clear we don't have a happy marriage. I asked if she was going to the Christmas party, and she said she was. She said she'd update me if anything happened. Sam finished work early on Friday, so she had time to get ready. She looked amazing, and I really didn't want her to go. I felt like I couldn't say anything. Hey, here's an interesting thing. It seems like he's doing like some secret snooping. I'm just kind of unthawing myself a little bit as I'm reading this. So he's having somebody do some snooping for him. So to see what happens at the Christmas party, it sounds like. Okay. Sam finished work early on Friday, so she had time to get ready. She looked amazing, but I didn't really want her to go, but I felt like I couldn't say anything. Okay. I got an Instagram message about the midnight saying that Sam and Tom hadn't interacted at the party, but the people from the office had decided to leave and go to a different bar. They all left just before 11 and were at the new bar by 10 past. Sam and Tom turned up just before midnight. Sam arrived home at 2 a.m., not quite as drunk as last time, and was straight to sleep. I pretended to be fast asleep. I looked at the location history on her phone. After leaving the venue, she'd taken a 3-mile detour to a residential street, stayed for half an hour, and then gone to the bar. Sent the address to Helen. She didn't reply until the next morning when she said it was Tom's house. Ooh. When Sam woke up, I just asked her straight out if she cheated on me with Tom last night. She angrily denied it. Ooh, so now it's getting questionable about Sam's behavior. I demanded an explanation for why she went to his house so they could smoke a joint before heading to the bar. Then she stormed out. She wouldn't reply to my messages or answer my calls all day Sunday. I called her sister, said she hadn't seen her, but she texted me later that she'd spoken to Sam and she was okay. Sam come home yesterday morning. I asked where she'd been, and she said she couldn't do this anymore and wants a divorce. Okay, this is kind of interesting. It's all his fault now. That's kind of a trend that I've seen with like cheating stories. It's all of a sudden the person's fault for asking. You know? She once again denied anything appropriate had happened between them, but said my jealousy was the final straw. It's clear I don't trust her. I'm controlling. I take her for granted. She's deeply unhappy and has been for a while. So she's gone. It looks like they spent my first Christmas alone. I have no idea if she was telling me the truth or if it was an affair. Weirdly, I'm not feeling too bad today, so maybe this is for the best. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So he's been kind of suspecting Sam of pulling crap, and it seems like by the history of the phone and stuff, Sam's been doing some stuff that has been known to her, husband, and that's questionable in itself. And hanging around Tom, who's could be a nice guy and all, but seems like their connection might be questionable. Now there's a final update here that I'll be reading, but I just kind of like to hear what you guys think before I get into it. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think that this is like a confirmation of cheating? And do you think that she'll end up with Tom at the end? Feel free to leave it in the comments. Okay, this is the final update, and it was posted on January 8th of this year, 2024. Once she was gone, Sam blocked me on all her social media and refused returning my messages or answer my calls. I ended up traveling to the other side of the country to spend Christmas with my parents. On Christmas Eve, Sam came home and took more of her stuff. I watched her on our security cameras. I tried phoning her, but she ignored my calls. Christmas wasn't great. My parents were both shocked and in denial about what had happened. They had no idea we were having issues and insisted Sam would come to her senses and come home. Eventually, I just said she'd met someone else. I returned home on the 27th. I've been getting sporadic updates from Sam's sister, just letting me know she's alright, but without any details. Before all this happened, we'd made plans to spend New Year's Eve at Sam's favorite bar in the city. I went on my own, but she didn't show up. On Tuesday night, I received an Instagram message from Helen saying that Sam and Tom had arrived at work together in Tom's car. I didn't bother replying. On Wednesday night, she sent another message saying Sam was poisoning the office against her and that Tom was pushing upper management to transfer her to another office or get rid of her. She begged me to do something. I texted Sam and said that we need to talk, but she didn't reply, so the next day I called her work switchboard, gave a fake name, and got put through. I could tell she wasn't happy to hear my voice, but she agreed to meet up after work in a local pub and talk. I got there early and she arrived 5 minutes late. She apologized for ignoring my calls and said she still cares about me and wants to end things on good terms. I said, just tell me the truth. She promised that she wasn't having an affair with Tom. They were just friends. She admitted that they talk a lot in the office, but insisted it wasn't an emotional affair. She understands why I was suspicious after the Instagram message, but said that I should have accepted her denial and trusted it. She has a lot of male friends, but she felt like she couldn't hang out with them because I'd get jealous. I pointed out that I've never told her not to hang out with anyone, but she said I'd be in a mood whenever she'd hang out with a guy friend. She feels like we only got married to try to fix a relationship that was already broken. Our conversations have devolved into small talk, and we've drifted apart. I said I heard that she and Tom arrived at work together. Sam said she went to Tom's after I accused her of cheating and knew it was over between us. They spent the weekend together and agreed that they'd make a better couple than we did. Ooh. She needed me to know that nothing happened between them until after she told me she wanted a divorce. And now that they were together, she wanted me to hear it from her before she saw on social media Tom was waiting outside for her in the car. All I could do was stand up and walk out. Sam texted me saying that she knew I was upset, but not to do anything stupid. I blocked her number. I'm not gonna lie, it was a rough night. The next day, I was just numb. I didn't really do much. Over the next weekend, I dug out a marriage certificate so I could start divorce proceedings. I have no idea what to say to Helen, so I haven't replied. I think my plan is now to try to find a new job closer to my hometown. Moved across the country to live with Sam, and I've never really felt settled here. Also don't want to run into her and Tom around town. Luckily, we rent. It's probably be the last update unless something miraculous happens. So thanks for reading. So, oh, this is quite a twist there. So it looks like she decided to be with Tom, who she said not to worry about, and it was nothing. But as soon as she had the chance, she ran towards Tom, and they started something. So, sounds like she's pretty guilty. Yeah, it's not good. I'm gonna move locations for the last story. For the last story, I'm going to dry off in here, read the story, and wrap it up. Alright? Let's get to it. I gotta just find it on here. Okay. I'll find the last story here so I can make it a full video here. Trying to find an interesting one. Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to be my best friend's maid of honor and possibly not attending the wedding? Interesting title. My best friend, let's call her C, is a 32-year-old female, and I am a 32-year-old female, the one who's making the post. I have been friends since college, going on 14 years. This morning she informed me that she's getting married to a man she met 2 weeks ago. The wedding is scheduled 2 weeks from now, when they will have known each other for a month total. I have never met this man, and neither have her parents or any of her siblings. They also plan to conceive as soon as biologically allows after the wedding. So only 2 to 3 days of 2 weeks that they've known each other. They have actually seen each other in person. I advised her that as her best friend, it's my job to tell her when I think she's making a mistake. I begged her to give it some time before she marries him, because if he really is the right person, it won't change between now and 6 months to a year from now. I told her that she has no idea what he will be like as a partner only after 2 weeks. She doesn't know anything about his fiancés, his decision making, and how he would support her emotionally, etc., etc. She refuses to listen and insists on going through with the wedding. I told her that I cannot stand next to her as a maid of honor during a wedding I don't support. I might be a total asshole because she really wants me to be there. I'm really close to her family's well, but She doesn't support this. Yeah. So I think that there's a good reason behind this. And choosing not to be the maid of honor because this person's rushed into it. And people that rush into marriages, it's rare that that goes very well. I think that this person has a good point, and I don't think that this person's the asshole. And I think the friend is jumping way too much into it and not giving it enough time. Especially on the having kids portion, it sounds like, too. So, I wonder what the votes are. There's one person that responded, "I'm sorry, did your friend get scooped up by a cult or get hit on the head? Could it be drugs? Does this guy have a magic dick?" What she's doing is totally unreasonable, and as an adult that has been diagnosed as a threat to herself or others, and since she is not under conservatorship, she can do any foolish legal thing she wants to. But this person decided not the asshole, and I think a lot of them decided not the asshole. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you all for watching this video. I had fun making some content. Have a good day, everybody.